Hi guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving, and today I'm going to be doing a mock test for Naomi. Now Naomi has been learning to drive with me, how long?
It's almost a year now.
Almost a year.
Because of COVID.
With COVID, yeah, so we had quite a few breaks in between. And your test is in just under a week's time.
Yep.
So this is our first real mock test, but we've done quite a bit of practice here from like the last year, even with the gaps. Okay, so throughout the drive I want you to follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I will tell you in plenty of time. If I don't say anything, just keep following the road ahead. If you're not sure where you're going, just ask. I am going to get you to carry out one manoeuvre, and we may carry out the emergency stop. Okay? Now we're going to get you to do 20 minutes of independent driving, which is where I'm going to give you a series of directions to follow. And then the rest of the time I'm just giving you directions as normal. Okay. Now before we get started, I'm just going to ask you a quick question. So how would you check if your power assisted steering is working?
So when I turn the car on, my steering should feel light as opposed to heavy. So yeah, and if it's feeling heavy, I need to get my car checked out. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so those of you new to the channel, anything that she does well will be listed across the top in green. Any hazards will be highlighted along the way. Anything that's advisory or could be counted as a minor fault will be in amber, and anything serious or dangerous would be in red. So that would normally be where I've had to intervene by braking or tell you to stop, really. Okay? Yeah.
So whenever you're ready. To move off safely, Naomi uses the top mirror, the right mirror, as well as the right blind spot to move off, but it's a good idea to check your left blind spot all the way around to your right, doing a 6-point check to move off. The road ahead has a large vehicle approaching with parked vehicles on both sides. Naomi slows down to a good speed to allow enough clearance on both sides. On approach to the hazard ahead, Naomi should have signalled earlier, making it clear to drivers ahead and behind, but she dealt with it safely as the vehicle ahead was slow. You can pull over and park up on the left, anywhere safe. Thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready. Left at the roundabout. Take the next road on the right, please. The junction ahead is controlled by temporary traffic lights. Once Naomi gets through the roadworks, she has to continue and turn straight away, as the red car has a traffic light facing them. You can pull over and park up on the left somewhere safe. Thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready. With the vehicle approaching ahead, Naomi should have given way before the black car as she has a lot more space. The vehicle in front narrowly moves to the side, leaving her very little space to get through. Naomi positions her vehicle nicely in the centre of the road as there are vehicles on both sides and the road is not wide enough for two cars in the middle. On approach to the roundabout ahead, Naomi can't see behind the large van, so she slows right down and selects first gear. She should have gone before the black car as she has priority over them. Pull over and park up on the left just after this park car. Thank you. We're going to start the independent driving now, so I'm going to give you a series of directions to follow. So I'd like you to go up to the very end of this road and then turn right and then follow signs towards Isleworth.
Okay, sorry, just in here?
So
Or
at the
keep
end
going?
of the road and turn right.
Okay, turn right. Just follow signs towards.
Isleworth. I'll remind you if
Okay, thank you.
sort of get lost.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever you're ready. The road ahead narrows. There are parked vehicles on the left-hand side of the road, so the vehicles ahead have priority to come through. Naomi should have waited left of the centre line to allow the car in front to come through. There is another gap on the left before the black car to allow the car in front to pass, but Naomi stops in the middle of the road, not allowing them enough space to pass.
Yeah, I heard it on space.
It's not in reverse properly, just there you go. The situation turns serious as Naomi does not look all around before reversing. She did not check her right blind spot and somebody steps out behind her to cross the road. So we're going right at the end, yeah? Signs to Isleworth. The junction ahead is a near side turn. The large lorry in front is blocking the vehicles behind from coming through, so Naomi has a clear gap to continue. As Naomi makes this right turn, she turns straight into the overtaking lane. She should have turned into the far left lane so that if anybody wants to overtake, they can overtake on the right. This wouldn't go down as a minor fault as it's very brief and the lanes merge soon after. Approach to the traffic lights, the road opens up into two lanes. Again, Naomi stays in the overtaking lane. She does have to move back to the left later, and she does so safely, so this is not a major concern. The traffic lights turn left. We're no longer following any signs from here.
Sorry, did I hit anything?
It was just a pothole.
Okay.
Watch how the vehicle ahead stops to give way as they leave very little clearance from the parked car on the left. Now that's an example of what you do not want to do to pass a parked vehicle. turn right. So at the traffic lights, turn right. Once in the new road, Naomi makes good progress to get up to the speed of the road. She's using her mirrors but does not signal to change lanes. The vehicles behind her don't realise she's trying to change lanes. Naomi continues to pick up speed trying to change lanes and then goes too fast for the speed of the road, resulting in a serious fault of use of speed. Park on the right hand side of the road, please. On approach to this stop, Naomi hesitates with the van approaching. She should have stopped in the middle of the road just before the space so that she could move over after the van passes. As Naomi had already missed the parking space, she should have carried on and not parked on the bus stop.
Sorry. Should I reverse back and
just stop where you are. Just stop the car. Just stop the car. Don't move. Just move off when you're ready now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
As Naomi is parked on the right hand side of the road, she makes sure the road ahead, the road on the left hand side and the left blind spot is cleared before moving back into the road safely. With the vehicle ahead approaching, Naomi should have waited on the left for them to come through as they're already in the middle. Straight on from here.
ahead, Naomi doesn't move into the space on the left enough, resulting on the car in front having to slow right down to squeeze through.
At the end, turn right.
The bus on the right hand side approaches and gives way to Naomi, so she makes sure both sides of the road are clear before proceeding. Demonstrate how you would demist the front windscreen.
Here.
You can turn right. Thank you. Turn left.
Naomi should have approached this junction much slower, as there are too many parked cars on the new road.
If you can just pull in and park up on the left, just before the next car. Leave yourself plenty of space in front to move away, please. That's great there, thank you. Okay, Naomi, what I want you to do now, using the vehicle in front, is to carry out the parallel park exercise.
Okay.
So start alongside the car in the road and then reverse back and finish within 2 car spaces.
Okay.
Naomi looks all around, making sure there are no pedestrians or vehicles around her while she's reversing. She starts her left turn a little bit too early, which would mean that she's going to park really close to the other car. While reversing, Naomi doesn't leave herself enough space from the vehicle in front and also the left back tyre, resulting in the back tyre touching and not having enough space in front to correct the exercise. As Naomi went forward to correct the exercise, she should have put herself slightly further away from the black car to give herself more space to reverse. While reversing to see more of the back of the car, Naomi should lean towards the left and sit a little bit taller to see more of the back of the car, or simply lower the left mirror.
Can I go up in front and then try again?
Yeah, sure, whatever you'd like. Oh, stop there.
Naomi had noticed the vehicle was waiting, but she assumed they were going to carry on waiting as she was already sticking out. But it's wrong to assume this, so you need to make sure it's safe before proceeding again.
Great, thank you. Can you just give me a few minutes?
Can I switch the car?
Yes, please switch off the engine. Okay. How would you say you did there, Naomi?
Very poorly. Yeah, very, very poorly. I think from the moment I had to reverse, when I basically caused loads of traffic, I just completely set me off, and then from then on it was just bad thing after bad thing.
Sorry, I don't mean to be laughing, but
no, it's true though.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be a pass on this occasion.
No,
there's quite a few quite a few things there. Now I'm going to be quite strict with some of the faults now, because there's no point in me being lenient,
No, of
because
course.
then you'll take it too lightly.
Yeah.
So that scenario where you had to reverse, did we have priority there?
I mean, I think we would have done.
What side of the road were the parked cars?
They were on our side.
So they have priority, don't
okay,
they?
no, so,
And then you sort of stopped in the road, you didn't really get out of his path.
yeah,
And then he wasn't having it, he couldn't get through.
yeah, of course.
So you've had to reverse. Now, it was okay up until that point. The meeting situation was a bit of a minor fault at that point.
Yeah.
You could have dealt with it.
Yeah,
Now, as soon as you put it in reverse gear, you sort of looked over to the left and at the back at the car and just carried on reversing.
yeah,
There was a postie on the right who stepped out right behind you and crossed the road.
okay,
So that gave you a serious fault on observation. You've not looked over your right shoulder.
okay,
Yeah, so that was the first one, and then it took you quite a while before you managed to sort of get out of the way, and then eventually, like you saw, loads of traffic
yeah,
had sort of accumulated by that point. So it would have been sort of a serious fault on meeting there as
yeah,
well.
of course, yeah.
So I've got a serious fault on meeting, serious on moving off observation. You didn't look around before reversing. You sort of just looked left and carried on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I've also got use of speed on the A4.
Yeah,
You were on a 40 road.
yeah,
Now you wanted to move into the left lane.
yeah,
How does anybody know if you don't signal?
they don't.
Yeah. At first you kept checking your mirrors. You got up to the speed nicely, but just put that signal on.
Okay, okay,
Because those two cars, they only overtook you because you're just happily driving in that lane. They don't know you're trying to move over.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
So just put that signal on, see what they do, and if they're letting you in, then come on in. You
Okay.
had to go all the way up to about 46 miles per hour
before I can then...
before you moved
yeah,
over.
okay,
So you went way over speed
Okay.
before moving over.
okay, yeah,
Use your mirrors, signal on, keep checking, maintain your pace, and then move over when safe.
yeah.
And even when you sort of moved lanes, it was a lot of funny steering,
It was,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was
Yeah, so you were
really
getting
bad.
quite nervous in that lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just that all could have been avoided because at those traffic lights to turn right there were 2 lanes.
Yeah,
You went for the overtaking one.
yeah.
You should
Yeah,
have gone
I
for
should
that
have gone
first
the other one. I think it's because there was someone next to me. Wasn't there? There was someone else next to me, so I kind of assumed that they would go either in the middle or the left lane. So I kind of just did a
No, I mean at the traffic lights before beginning the right turn.
Oh, okay.
There were 2 lanes.
Okay.
So you should have gone in the first one to
Yeah.
make that left turn naturally.
Okay.
Yeah? Sorry, right turn, but in the left lane. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I was going to get you to do parking on the right and reversing.
Yeah.
What happened?
That was because there were people coming in front.
Well, then what should you have done if you know you wish to park
Indicated
up?
sooner. I should have just.
Well, the van was quite far initially when you wanted to park up, so you could have gone across and just stopped. But if you know you have to wait for him, isn't it safer to just stop in the middle of the road?
Yeah.
And then just let the van through and then move across the road?
Yeah.
Just like you would for a right turn.
Yeah, of course. There's traffic behind. And
But then I didn't say anything, and where'd you go and stop?
In the bus stop.
In the bus stop. I was thinking,
That
what
was
is this
so
girl
bad.
doing? And then I couldn't have you going any further because then
Yeah.
there was a junction and I didn't want you reversing in that position. It was just no good. So again, you've got a dangerous fault for a response to road markings.
Okay,
It's the bus stop.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be stopping there.
No, yeah, of course. I was like, oh no.
It was like worst case scenario, everything was happening.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Then you had this manoeuvre here. What
This was
happened
awful.
with this?
Because I thought I was going to hit the front of that car.
Okay, now you know for this manoeuvre,
Have
I
two
said,
car lanes.
oh my god. I said it at the beginning, I was like, yeah, park within 2, and I'm thinking, what on earth are you
I don't
doing?
know why. I
Why
don't
are
know
you-
why.
You made your life so much
I
harder.
think it's because I went really far away from the car to start off
Yep,
with.
that too.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll take it at a bigger angle, which was very,
Not
very
a good
silly. I
idea.
should have just reversed back slightly more and
Yeah.
then done it normally.
Now, even with this manoeuvre, your observation was lacking.
Yeah,
When you went close to the back and your back tyre touched,
yeah,
you didn't look behind, you just come out.
okay,
The second time you did look behind and you saw the Mini, but you still went back out.
yeah. I thought it was stopping, but
Yeah, but
Clearly wasn't.
she wasn't,
Yeah,
right?
no,
So
she
I had to nearly brake at that point as well.
yeah,
So you've got a serious and a dangerous
Just got
fault,
on that
both
one,
on
yeah.
observation.
of course.
Yeah. I think with your meeting situations, what kept happening was when you were meeting traffic, you weren't giving way well enough in advance.
Okay,
And then when you were going through and sort of giving way, you're still in the road as opposed to out of their path.
okay,
So even 2 other meeting situations we had later, the cars in front had to sort of squeeze through next to you as opposed to just having that space.
yeah,
So I think we need to go and work on some meeting situations.
yeah, we do have.
And then, yeah, I think meeting situations, that would avoid that serious fault there and then that one there. The use of speed, making sure that you're just moving back to the left when safe, but don't make it like the one and only thing that's what you've got to do. It was okay for you to stay in that lane if you can't move over,
Yeah,
but don't go over speed.
okay,
Okay, oh, back there there was a right turn at that junction. It was on a weird sort of angle. It was a T-junction, but it was on a really weird angle to the right. You sort of looked left, but there was loads of parked cars, and on the right there was loads of parked cars. You've just come up to the end, looked a little bit and carried on.
okay,
So you should have just stopped.
yeah. At the kind of the angled T.
Yeah, the angle
Okay.
turn. Yeah.
I did look in the reflection of the cars.
I know, but you
it-
know, in the
it's
time
still
that you're
kind of-
travelling at 10
yeah.
and looking,
Yeah,
we can't really see.
okay,
Whereas if you'd stopped and looked, you can see for a while that yes, nothing's actually moving.
okay,
Because in a glance, it's very easy to miss a cyclist.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But I think, yeah, I wanted to just carry on with that because I knew you were getting nervous, and most of the mistakes were because you're thinking about the first mistake and then
yeah.
they're
Yeah, the first
accumulating.
mistake really just, and then afterwards. It's all over.
But it's okay. Just now we've got to learn from this.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna turn that off now. So I hope you guys found that video useful, and we're gonna go address some of these concerns now. And by this time next week, you'll have your license. Don't worry. I know it seems like far-fetched at the minute, but no, you're not that far off.
Okay.
Okay, because you've got to go through this where you think, oh, you know what, I've made so many mistakes, and then for next time you won't have the same errors because
Yeah,
now you've
well, I
already
hope.
learned from them. Okay.